Peace and blessings, family. Let me say this to y'all again. This is the Self-Masterpreneur, Antwon Gordon. Let me say this to y'all again. The reason you're broke, the reason why you can't make ends meet, the reason why you're stuck at a job, the reason why you haven't been able to create multiple streams of income is because your mind has been conditioned by a public school system. The reason the 1% owns 99% of the world's wealth is because they created public schools. And if you went to public school, that means you were trained to not to think. You were only trained to depend upon someone else to give you the answer. This is why in class you were given a test. And the test was a way to make sure that you remembered everything that the teacher told you what the answer was. And to make sure that you have retained that information that the teacher had told you what the answer was, was a way for them to make sure that you have regurgitated and memorized this information so that you can go out and recall this information in the public. So basically you were trained to depend on other people for answers. If you were trained to think, then you would have been asked questions, and then you would have had to depend on yourself to come up with the answer. So since the reason is that you're not able to understand why you can't make ends meet or why you haven't been able to be more wealthy, is because you've been going to public school for 12 years. That's long enough to condition you to be broke. Public school is the first step to creating poverty, debt for yourself. The statistics, the evidence, the proof, it's all been demonstrable. Now let's look at the other side of that coin. Imagine if you went to a school that taught you about finance, economics, how to build credit, how to start a business, how to work with teams, how to work in a group, how to organize, how to mastermind, how to present, how to put together PowerPoint presentations to sell any ideas, methods, or concepts that you may have that you want to bring to the broader market. If you were trained in that type of information growing up for 12 years straight, the only thing that you will be thinking about doing is starting a business, building a business, because you've been conditioned for 12 years of what economics is, what finance is, how to build business, how to bring together teams and things of that nature. But because you went to a public school system, the only thing you could think of is, who can I work for? Not how can I build a business so I can have people work for me. So if you want to change that mindset, if you want to change the way you're thinking, because the reason you're upset at wealthy people, the reason you're upset at your boss because he hasn't given you a raise, the reason you're working at a job and they haven't raised minimum wage yet, is because of the public school system you went to that was created by the 1% to keep you and others under this influence so that you can work for them, and you will never want to think for yourself so that you can work for yourself or create a business to help to employ others. So this is the difference between being poor, and this is the difference between being wealthy. Self-Masterpreneur, join my team. Let's organize, let's mastermind, let's put together a group, let's unify so that we can take over the 1%. Peace and blessings.